What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today we are doing another one of these replay VOD reviews from the Meta TFT replay library, and we're doing another wigwugg VOD review actually. Wigwugg, if you guys didn't catch, the Graves Reroll game is the creator of this Graves Reroll tech that I feel like has gotten a lot more popular since he kind of leaked it, and I wanted to show off a little bit more of the tech today. This is just straight up, it's another Graves Reroll game, so we'll see how much of this you guys can take, but it shows a different way to play Graves Reroll, a different kind of condition for it that I think, a lot of people aren't as aware of. A lot of people maybe don't know the best way to play Graves from this kind of spot. So I'm really excited to talk about it. Also, I mean, we do have the Dream Graves start. We have a Graves Alistar pair here, and we already have a QSS to slam one of Graves' best items, and actually a belt as well here, which can be Sterax. And so when you see Golden Fleece here, I mean, you just take it if your name is Wigwugg. And I mean, if your name's anyone, actually, you should probably take Golden Fleece here. Gives you Graves pair here. You get to make the QSS slam. It is so good here. You get to make gold. I mean, the spot is already disgusting to play Graves Reroll. And I will say this was the augment round swap one, so we're actually getting another augment at 2-2. So we can, once we get into that one, we can yap a little bit about what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, watching Wigwugg play this comp, and in general, just watching this comp in action is so fun. So can't wait to watch this here. Oh, I also just realized I have my team planner in here, so let me get rid of that for you guys. Might be, that would have been troll to have that there the entire time. But yeah, going to lose this fight. I mean, it's fine. We have these Graves here, and it's kind of whatever. Getting ready to pause here because I want to pause when we get to our second augment here, because we have Hedge Fund, Living Forge, and Pandora's items. A lot of stuff going on here, but what I will say is there are a lot of really strong interactions with Graves and artifacts. So this is going to be a pretty quick take on Living Forge from Wigwugg here. We hit the Graves 2 actually, which is disgusting. And then we look at our options here. Special Cutlass, Titanic Hydra, Trisha's Glass, the Indomitable. A lot of fantastic options here. Special Cutlass is actually one of the better ones. You just dash, teleport Graves to backline, have him bop bop. Yeah, I mean, essentially have him bonk one shot their backliner and you feel really good. There is actually a better one here though, which is Titanic Hydra. A few things about Titanic Hydra. One, it procs on all attacks, and so Graves attack fires 5 projectiles. Each one of those is doing 3% of the holder's max HP, and max HP and AD, that's exactly what Graves wants to play for. So this is one of the best artifacts for Graves in the game. I don't want to actually reveal what the first place best one is because, well, we'll see later into the game, but if you have any guesses, write them in the comments down below what you think Graves' the first best artifact is. But we have a Titanic Hydra, we have a QSS, we have a Graves 2 already, which, I mean, we got one Graves from the augment, so not even high roll. But I mean, you can see this spot is disgusting. Graves just bonk. I mean, that is a big Vi, and we were just blowing through it pretty quickly with obviously no real traits in for the Graves. And I mean, it's fine to loss streak on this comp. I think this is something that Wigwugg's talked about before. We took an econ augment, right? So there's no need to, feel that bad about, oh, we lost this fight. It's fine. We can just chill on this board for now, wait a little while. We're probably going to loss streak the most of this stage, though. Honestly, I mean, if we win any of these fights, I wouldn't be shocked if we win this next fight if we do level 2-5. The 2-5 becomes the first point, as we've talked about before, where you're interested in proccing that first Golden Ox breakpoint. And yeah, like I said, our board's pretty strong here. The Graves is doing insane work. Boom. Just clears that entire board, farms us some gold. So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see us level next round, but we'll see. There is a Jarvan on Carousel if we want it. We do still have the belt open here to go for Sterax, right? And so yeah, I do think the sword is an absolutely amazing pickup here. We can finish Sterax here and have triple item Graves. This is a comp where you want to play for tempo really hard. So getting to Graves, 3 item Graves as quickly as possible is of the utmost importance here. We are going to get Mundo in here. We are going to make the Sterax here, and we're not going to go for the level. I think because Wigwugg realized, well, I mean, there's not really anything to play on this board, right? We don't have an Executioner yet to play. Even if we did, we have these double Graves sitting on the board for now. And we are Econ Aug start here, so there are still fights we can lose. But oh my god, just look at the damage that this Graves does per auto attack. He's just hitting all these units, getting this Titanic Hydra proc on all of them. It's just absolutely so gross here. If you guys get the chance to play this combo, play it before it get nerfs. gets nerfed here, we win that. And yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we are just going to chill for one more round. Then we're going to proc our 8 gold next round, level the round after that, and then roll the round after that is the kind of the way this comp works. You got to be very careful about your golden ox procs. We actually leave graves in the middle of the board here. I don't know if this was intentional. It's going to be fine regardless. This board that we're fighting is pretty weak, and these Titanic Hydra procs are just disgusting here. So free 3 streak for wigwugg, finish out the stage looking really, really nice. This is all pretty stacked level. We got Setsuko in it, Neonified Darth Noob. The Flash Wolves player actually, AQ1H. Like this is a lot of fantastic players in here. But yeah, I do imagine that we're gonna proc our first golden ox proc here, right? The pump here to get 8. I would think so, unless we're gonna go pump, and then roll. I guess that's how he's gonna do it here. So actually, not pumping this round, we're gonna pump 3-1 here. The 8's gold here. I mean, you have to get the pump very soon here. I mean, do you even need, you don't need Starry Night, right? Overheal with extra auto is pretty solid. So yeah. Oh my God. Wait, it's a last stand? Okay. I mean, this comp does have the power to win out. This is a comp where, like, you know, if you lose some fights, it's kind of chill. I mean, all of these stats are fantastic onto Graves. I mean, I could see it. Yeah, I could certainly see Last Stand being very good here, especially because this does give some Omnivamp. And right now we're on a 0% Omnivamp build. We also do already just have blue buff Nashers if we want to make it for our Annie. We don't have the Annie yet, but you can see we pumped here, then... Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't pump last round, because now this round, he basically has to level, but not really roll unless he wants to waste Golden Ox procs. I mean, maybe his thought is, I'm so strong here, who cares about it? Because you have a level here, sit at 12 gold here, do not roll in this spot. You do not want to roll whatsoever, because you want to make sure you're being as efficient as possible. Next round, you're going to roll 4 times and get that Golden Ox proc, but definitely do not roll here. Yeah, I mean, I guess his thought is, like, we're already Graves too. Like, how much further do we have to go on this board? Though, I mean, hopefully get in some other units, right? We're playing 2 Alistars, 2 Graves here. We've got a crazy double trouble board with no double trouble, but it might not matter because of how strong this Graves unit is. Ooh, I don't know if he can clutch it out into the Sunfire. Yeah, we're just barely going to lose this fight, actually. This is a crushing loss for wigwugg. We lose our streak here. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe wigwugg, I'm sure he will watch my video. Maybe he'll comment and be like, here's why I did this. But I'm kind of surprised because we delayed our 4 rolls from Golden Ox until this round, which meant that we didn't get the Jarvan now. Now we at least have the Jarvan in and another pair of Ali's stars here. So that's at least pretty good. And we still have no one to hold on to this. What I think will be just a blue buff Nashers, but we'll see. We could hold on to maybe the Nashers components for like red buff Even Shroud. Maybe that's better. But I mean, the blue buff's probably going to be blue buff. But win this fight as well. We're so rich here off our econ augment and just off of win streaking for a while. Wish we could have kept our streak a little bit longer, but you know, all good. The spot looks fantastic for Mr. Wigwugg. And we are getting another Orin artifact, not actually at the end of this stage because it was delayed by one, so the start of next stage we're getting it, which is kind of funny. I guess you go Even Shroud here, I would have to imagine. We don't get it. I mean, you could make just Sunfire here, guaranteed. He's going to take a Rod here, actually. What is this? What is this? Morello? But I mean, well, we'll see, actually, what he builds out of it. Another 5 rolls here to proc Golden Ox, of course. Hit a Graves 2 here. Get a Rost onto this board. And he actually... Is he going to play Mundo over Jarvan here? No, I don't... Yeah, I think this is much... Or not Mundo over Jarvan, but Mundo over Gragas, but no, this must be better. So we're going to play this. I mean, we're already 6 Graves. I mean, with this, the extra econ from Econ Augment, and obviously just hitting the Graves too quickly, this is so strong. Wow, that is a... Speaking of so strong, that is a huge Skarner there. Double shield item plus the Unending Despair. And that is the power of Mr. Kog'Maw. I've yapped about how good this Kog'Maw unit is. All right, roll down again here. Okay, we're finally getting some low rolls here just so that you guys can feel a little bit better so that, you know, you won't be like, this game was so high roll, because like we actually have to lower a little bit so that we don't hit a million Graves. But I mean, we're still doing very good. Still staying above 50, holding on to these Sennas here, feeling great. Rotate into this. This guy's actually also Golden Ox, but they are more of a, you know, not a Graves reroll setup. They're a push levels Golden Ox, so we don't have to worry too much about them contesting our units or anything, but they are stealing Aphelios and stuff like that. It becomes interesting, like, do you roll here? Because we're close enough to Graves, I would actually roll on 3-7, but I think you can if you want to, like, not roll in this spot. And let's see. Looks like, yeah, looks like we're going to not roll on 3-7, and then we're just going to roll on 4-1 here. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because if we roll here, it's going to break our econ, and we're probably rolling next round anyway, so it makes more sense. Yeah, roll on 4-1. and then level on potentially 4-2 after hitting Graves. Ideally, we do hit Senna 2 here, get some more chains here. We're going to reforge one of them, picks up Sword here, and then he reforges the Rod, actually, not caring at all about, you know, like a Gwynsu for an Aphelios or anything like that. Let's roll down here, hopefully hit the Graves 3 here, but no, we're actually not even that close. We do get Vex here, and now we're ready to make blue buff. We put the blue buff already onto the Ranger, but now it actually goes into a unit. We also make red buff. Gonna hold this belt open here for the Evans Shroud here, though you would love to make, you know, like a Sterax or something, but you don't even really have anyone to hold it, so it's fine. And remember, we're getting our next Ornn item here. So while we've seen all of our augments this game, getting Ornn item will be very nice here. So let's see our Ornn item here. He's actually gonna roll first, just to see if we're hitting. We actually don't. We're still not hitting Graves. Let's pop open here. We see Indomitable, Hull Crusher, Light Shield, Crest, and Trickster's Glass. I like Trickster's Glass a lot in this combat, just as a solid augment onto, or a solid item onto, you know, your front line. Get a couple of Jarvans on this setup, so pretty good. I think Light Shield, like, whatever. I don't think our Jarvan has like a ton of extra. I mean, we have no resist items built onto him right now, so he's really just natural resists. So I don't think Light Shield does that much. But yeah, I mean, got to roll every round here. It'll be interesting to see actually what it looks like here, because we get to 36 here. Yeah, we are going to stop here. 1 off Graves, and we're also 3 off Jarvan at this point. We've seen so many Jarvans on level 6. But yeah, it's a little bit tragic actually that we're missing a little bit on this roll down. This is, you know, kind of what the average game almost looks like for Graves. I will say the early looked a little bit high roll, but we actually have kind of evened out here and not found Graves 3 yet, but still we're so healthy because our early items. And remember, we still have last stand even if we do ever lose a fight, which is crazy, which actually sounds really, really broken in this comp. So Cloak on Carousel, if we can pick one up. There is a Spat rotating around here, but I mean, it is a Golden Ox emblem, but I mean, yeah, it's not likely we're gonna be able to find that. We do get the Cloak here, so now we have our Even Shroud here, so we have Heal Cut built, we have Graves items built, we have the start of our Annie/Vex items built. There is Annie, by the way. I have to imagine we'll find Graves on this roll down, and we do hit it. The second that you hit Graves, you push levels here. Don't roll any more on 6, but let's push levels. Move items over to Annie, so this is important. Items on Annie because, you know, we're playing a 4 Golden Ox Annie. Vex is really just benefiting from Execution or Divinicore. We also have the blue buff onto her. Getting her casting faster is so nice to summon that Tibbers, get that kind of artificial front line here. We do rotate into a pretty strong board here from Beppo here. Oh, I mean, it's Beppo, so, I mean, it must be, yep, it's a, oh my God, the Zac 2, 15 Bloblets, Annie 2. I mean, it's a game that is a TFT game, so of course Beppo is playing AMP. That is crazy though that he managed to get there with just the Giga Econ augments, but at least, hey, we got to a Jarvan 3 and a Graves 3, so we low rolled a bit on the Graves, but actually I would say high rolled pretty hard on the Jarvans, because having Jarvan 3 this early is nice. But I mean, it's the power of taking an Econ augment, right? And now we're in the phase where we're just gonna look at pushing levels. We have picked up everything really that we need to roll for, so have to imagine it's gonna be an 8 on 5-1 here. Get the Senna in, the 4 Golden Ox 4 Divinicore board with no spats. This is just kind of like the default version of the board. Gets in all the traits that you'd ever like, and there's a lot of synergy between Golden Ox and Divinicore here. And so, yeah, I mean, imagine it's a level up here, item-wise here. What do you, I mean, you need to finish Jarvan items, right? So we make Sterax here for Jarvan, Sterax Steadfast. Move Even Shroud over to Gragas. Love this. Yeah, actually, we get all of these items onto Jarvan, and we get to keep the Even Shroud on a relatively tanky unit, but we get to like actually triple item the Jarvan. This is really nice from wigwugg. And yeah, I mean, you'd much rather itemize this Jarvan than, you know, like an Annie 1 at this point, so. We actually do also greed out our Golden Ox value this round just to greed max gold here. Now we can level here, roll once here, get our Golden Ox proc, and we have the Senna in finally. And now I have to imagine at this spot, I mean, as far as stuff to roll for an 8, we can find Annie 2, that's the big one. Besides that, there's not much. So I imagine we're going to start econing up for our level 9 here, but we'll see how wigwugg wants to play his econ here. We remember, we talked about this in the last video, and wigwugg wasn't really doing it that much that game, but this game he is doing it. This 3 frontliners in front of Graves, just make sure that he's dashing past. You just kind of want to make like a line for Graves to dash past here. You don't want any chance for him to dash into any of these sexes here. You want to dash past your front line, ideally past their front line as well, and just straight into the back line, essentially. So that's what we're going for with our Graves positioning here. Graves all the way in the corner here, second row, and then everybody up here. But, you know, this build is fantastic on Tim. Rotate into a pretty big Nitro board from Setsuko. The double Econ augment just to really early hit Nitro is pretty cool, but I mean, it's just, it doesn't hold up against the Graves here. And I mean, this is a very, very high cap lobby, I will say. I mean, you can look for less Ani item here. It would be like Archangels would be pretty gross. It is also on to a Vex, which is pretty cool. There's a Death Cap as well here. Wow, surprisingly, actually, I mean, Archangels, I guess the idea is when you're playing Graves, you're playing for a much faster fight. You're just trying to blow through their front line really quickly. So it actually makes a lot of sense here. We're going to pre-pump here up to 48 gold here, but not go for the full level yet. We're going to do the full level probably on 5-1 and start getting those procs. But yeah, I mean, wigwugg just so diligent in making sure he is getting every single golden ox proc he can. And it's a lot of damage amp, right? 59% right now. Every single one of these procs in the late game is so big here. So you got to be careful here. Rotate into a pretty strong board as well versus this player, but just going to get cleared here. Also, Darth Noob, 100 streaked the entire game, and now is actually losing. Kind of crazy here. We're actually going to level this round, just realizing we're rotating into a lot of very strong people. We want to make sure we win this fight. We pick up the Renekton to fit in, who has 5 Divinicore on this board, such a big upgrade, and we pick up the Annie too. We're also going to just throw the Graves over onto this right side, hoping that maybe he can wrap, but he's going to get stuck on this Leona here. This position looks a little dubious, though. He does rotate into the backline there at the end. I think we're going to be fine just the power of the Jarvan, yeah. Looked a little sus there, honestly, but we did end up winning out there. So, very nice. Also, remember, we made it through Stage 4 and Stage 5. We're getting another Ornn artifact here at 6-1. This is going to be really big, and we can talk about the last Ornn artifact for Mr. Graves, the best possible one that you can get here. So, let's see it. Is it at, why is it not popping up? 6-1. It was at 4-1. Oh, actually, I guess, oh, it's one more round? Yeah, I guess it's one more round. All right, well, then I guess I won't pause yet. We'll roll down here, pick up, what do you even take here? Just another QSS here onto Senna? Blah. I mean, not amazing. I guess that can go onto Renekton later, the dream is, like hitting Renekton to and stuff. I mean, we're clearing boards, but I mean, we do something to be stronger just so that we can beat Beppo. So here's our Ornn item, right? So yeah, okay, there's our last Ornn artifact. Pop it open here. A lot of really good stuff here because I can pull over the stats here, but I will say statistically, stats say you got a Graves through 3 items. The best one on him is Suspicious Trenchcoat. Wit's End actually very good in the stats as well because it's also this attack steal thing, which I think synergizes really well with Graves attack. But Suspicious Trenchcoat, I mean, just imagine, right? Your Graves dashing into backline, exploding, making multiple Graves, and you don't have to imagine it because we are going to see it this game. It is a Trenchcoat take from Mr. Wigwugg here. He knows what's best here, so he's going to throw the Trenchcoat onto him. Usually you want to pair this with Sterak's, which would mean we would have to move QSS, which is a little bit rough here, especially into Beppo's board. So I'm actually curious what moves in this spot. It is going to be the Sterak's here, so it must be Sterak's, Titanic Hydra, Trenchcoat here, and we're moving QSS up to, I don't even know who actually, because there's no one else to hold it, essentially. But okay here. We also, we did actually swap out the Renekton for the Garen on this board, just because getting any of these God of the Net procs are just huge on this board. But you can see now we have 3 Graves here dashing to backline. Also, each of these Graves proccing Titanic Hydra. Oh, I mean, it's so gross here. We clear that board. Beppo takes a loss here. We get our first mod here. It's going to be Slayer mod onto Graves. It's kind of interesting, right? You know, you would be like, oh, why is he not taking Golden Ox mod? Well, who do we actually put Golden Ox mod onto here? Not onto Senna. Like, we don't care about it at all. Slayer mod's actually really, really nice here because we get to put this onto Graves and actually make him stronger. Roll down to 60 gold Golden Ox procs. 80% damage amp onto not 1 Graves, but 3 Graves once he procs here, and just look at them go. Pew, pew, pew. I mean, Beppo's board is about as capped as you get, and we just clear it. It's not even close. Like, these artifacts plus getting to a Graves 3, I mean, it's just absolute cinema here. I mean, it's not even a fight, honestly. We pick up Shojin here, which I guess, could we move that over to Annie? Is there a slot for it? We can move Red Buff over, I guess, and then Shojin Annie. Gonna roll down here just for some upgrades here. We also did end up playing the Renekton on this board here over the Gragas, right? We ended up cutting Alistar plus Gragas for Renekton plus the Viego just for our max cap setup here, which I love. I think it makes perfect sense. Rotate into Neonify here. Our Graves get split in the front line. Ideally, you want them to split in the back line, but I mean, even if it gets split in the front line, there's just so many Graves that are jumping forward here. Wigwugg tries to roll down to actually proc Golden Ox here, but doesn't actually get it at the end. That's a little bit tragic here. Oh, wow. Wait, what was that? Why did we unmake Renekton 2 there? I thought he was unmaking it to, I guess, get to Golden Ox proc. I mean, maybe he's just trying to VM a little bit, but yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. I mean, if we get enough gold here, we can reproc Golden Ox, which I guess is his idea, but I mean, surely it's not worth it. Surely this guy's trolling a little bit. I mean, we still have last stand, by the way, so we're going to roll down here. It's a dub. without proccing last stand. Oh my god, it's just gross, man. He didn't use, he literally played down an augment the entire game and won anyway. That's how strong this setup is with these artifacts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my Twitch for Metafy. All the links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.